Hello.
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 Let's go!
Hey, kids.
Hey, Dad.
War crimes will be prosecuted.
Does the word duh mean anything to you?
Yeah, I chose this profession, so therefore I earned beer.
You want to go to the matinee?
The feeling is definitely there.
You don't know my name!
It's a new morning in America.
This is the old dude, Howard J. Reynolds.
Step into my office.
Not going to be too many punks.
Don't you stop worrying about the punk?
You. That's my name.
Yeah, let's go to the punk rock show.
Introducing, for your listening pleasure,
Episode 28, High Fives Podcast. Let me start out by saying this has been the hardest episode yet, Mike.
Isn't it 29?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's so hard you don't even know.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, episode 29. Fine.
Is it episode? I think it is actually. Yeah, it's episode.
Now I've got you second guessing.
No, you know why I know? Because I
How
was
do you know?
screwing out of fucking iTunes.
Ah, that'd be it. Why don't you tell everyone about iTunes?
Yeah, I think I've complained enough about iTunes. Maybe that's why we got. Maybe that's why they kicked us off. It's me ranting about iTunes
Some
all
sort
the
of
time.
filter that only
Like-
allows you to say it so many times.
They're like, who are these jerks talking about iTunes like that?
So we had iTunes for a moment, and if you were on top of it and you subscribed to the podcast, well, then you can still get our podcast via iTunes. If you slept on it, you're now going to have to surrender to Mixcloud and our website.
And
that's all there is to it.
Castbox too. I put it on Castbox. now.
Castbox, which I've never heard of, but maybe some of the podcast fans have.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know. We'll try to sort this iTunes thing out again.
It's going viral.
I'm working on the iTunes thing, but iTunes isn't liking us.
No,
They let everyone else put what the fuck they want on there, but
not us.
not us.
It's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
So don't sleep on these things is the moral of the story. Get on it.
Yeah.
But let me get back to talking about the episode. Episode 29, you say, Mike.
I'm fairly confident.
So, yeah, this is the top 5 EPs episode. And, man, was it hard. This is the hardest one for me that we've done yet.
Yeah, it was the hardest one. But,
For you too?
oh, yeah, for sure. Easily.
Oh, wow.
I think because,
There's a billion.
yeah, and there's so many good E EPs.
Yeah. Well, it's like, we talked about it before. It's the best release of music you can do.
Especially now in the digital age.
Yeah.
Like it's the perfect release for the lack of attention span in our age.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, 3 to 5 songs?
Yeah.
6 songs? Yeah, I can deal with that. I'll pay for that. You could sit down and listen to that. Like it'll make it, I don't know. I think it's just like the perfect size.
Well, and that's the difference too in the digital age is I feel like there's a difference in what an EP is. Like I feel like maybe when we were younger and before the digital age that maybe an EP was 5 songs, but now it seems like it's anywhere between 3 and 6.
So
like there's no. Oh, you looked it up.
So I looked it up because this
Okay.
is something I struggled with
It's
when
a
I
point
worked.
of contention.
This is something I struggled with when I worked at Megatunes.
Okay.
And I was like, what is an EP? Because like,
Right. Well, you had the single, right,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
usually had a song on each side.
Yeah.
Like in the cassette days, right?
And then we were at the time where punk bands were still putting out 7-inches. So was 7-inch an EP
I
or was
would
it a
say-
single? Depended.
Yeah, it depended.
So this is where I never really could grasp what it actually was. So for this episode, I looked it up, and if I read,
If I read.
it's more tracks than a single
Okay.
and less tracks than an album. That's what the definition was.
That's ridiculous. That's the most ambiguous definition I've
No.
ever heard.
So I think it would be more tracks than 2,
Yes.
because a single would have an A side and a B side,
Yes.
and an album would be probably at least 4 songs a side, so at least 8.
Yeah, I would say 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So between
Well,
2 and 6, I'd say is an EP.
between
proper.
3 and 6.
3 and 6, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Proper
Good.
EP.
I think we had discussed this prior, like to our rules of engagement
Yeah.
regarding this episode. So anyone providing lists between 3 and 6 songs, we'll consider an EP.
Yeah. If you screw up, Nate's going to come to your house and he's going to punch you in the gut.
Unless you live in Australia, then you'll have to pay for my plane ticket to come to your house and punch you in the gut.
You mean our sponsor at iTunes isn't going to do that?
No, we got to let go.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Mike.
This is somebody from Australia gave us this, wanted us to do this. Was it Dan? I feel like it was Dan. It wasn't Simon. It must have been Dan.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it was Dan because he's like, finally pick something that I suggest.
I feel like they're just one voice.
Yeah, they all sound the same down there with their weird turning water.
So, yeah, it was a tough episode. I actually only even finished my list today, which is pretty rare. Usually I'm done a good week before you. But no, this one was tough. And there are bands that only release EPs too.
Yeah.
That I found while sourcing this. I also made a very concerted effort. I feel like I often bring the predictable to the show, and you often bring the where did that come from to the show. So I tried to bring some fresh ideas, let's say.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I went along with the same idea. I was like, I'm not going to pick anything that we've generally talked about on the show. Cause there are some of the bands that I really like have put out some of my favorite stuffs on their EPs. Like I like the Beach Slang EPs and the Gaslight Anthem and the Menzingers and stuff like that. So I decided to pick 5 that I didn't think you would know about that you didn't give a chance to if I've told you about them.
Because there were ones I left for you out there. I know a lot of times when we do this show, you leave a lot for me, knowing I'll pick. But there were a lot I left out there for you this time.
We'll leave them to the people that send in lists.
We'll leave them to them.
Yeah.
Okay. So what have you been listening to, Michael?
What have I been listening to? Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, why not?
Look how polite you are, Nate.
I had a nap before, so I'm feeling
You're a real
feeling
catch.
energized. Yeah.
I'm so lucky I get to do this with you.
You are lucky. You are.
I am. What I've been listening to is the Sheer Meg album.
Okay.
Which is called Need to Feel Your Love.
Tell me about that.
Have you not heard Sheer Meg before?
I don't think so.
Oh. Well, they're a female-fronted band that's got kind of like a Cheap Trick kind of sound to them.
Okay.
But more punk, I guess. I'd call them glammy punk, but that's not the thing.
Glam rocky glam punk is the actual definition.
It's just a really good.
It's not twee pop.
No, it's not twee pop.
Okay.
Not cuddlecore.
Okay.
Glammy glam punk.
Just so you know, we have a firm definition on the style, the genre of music.
But it's it's very punk rock, but at the same time, it's got that 70s rock and roll feel.
Cool.
So it's really
sounds like
catchy.
something you'd like.
Yeah. And what else have I been listening to? The Big Nothing EP.
Yeah.
Which I didn't put on this list.
Okay.
Could have been.
Yeah.
It's got members of Sprainard, and they're from Philly, so I'm assuming like probably other bands I know from Philly.
Right.
And it's just like emo pop punk stuff. I don't know. Did you listen to that one or no?
I did, but I don't recall it. It didn't stick out for me. But I do like Sprainard a lot.
Oh, I think you'd really like it then. Maybe you just didn't.
Sometimes, depending on the week, there's just like too much music.
Oh, for sure.
It just kind of goes into the background, and then I go to my recently added on iTunes, and
I'm switching to Google Play.
Anything but. So I may just have to revisit it. But Sprainard made the short list for EPs.
Oh, nice.
But they didn't make the actual list.
Oh, well.
So
we talk about them enough here.
Yeah.
And then the last one is kind of a cheat because I didn't actually buy the album, but I've been listening to basically the songs from the Baby Driver soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
But the soundtrack's so expensive. Is that cheap of me to say? Like, I just don't want to spend the money on... Especially
no, I think that's fair.
I have a chunk of the songs already.
Yeah.
So then I...
buy the ones and then make your own playlist.
They don't... Yeah, that's sort of what I did. I just made my own playlist of the songs that I had. And
good.
Yeah. I really like that movie.
We went and saw that movie together.
Yeah, it was a hot date.
It was an awesome movie. It was a high fives... what do you call those when you get together with your company and
like a work retreat?
Yeah, it was a work retreat.
Yeah.
That's it. It was a team builder.
I spilled a lot of popcorn on myself.
Yeah.
Nate laughed.
It was like he couldn't find his mouth.
No, it was pretty pathetic. But I really liked it.
Could have been that hole you put in the bottom of the popcorn, though.
That was for you.
I know. I just chose not to use it. Yeah.
That movie was really well done. And the soundtrack is so good. Like everything got stuck in my head. Like that Damn song.
Yeah.
I never liked the Damn.
Yeah.
And I had to go get that song.
For any fan of music, it's a great movie. And the soundtrack's awesome. And just the way in which they use music as like this vehicle for the movie. Like, just the way that it's edited, like about halfway through, I started really paying attention to the fact that like the actors are like moving on the beat of the
insane.
music. Like, yeah, it was nuts.
I read something that he did a music video before.
Okay.
Based on that premise.
Cool.
And that's where he got the idea. Like he had done it a long time ago.
Yeah, and to do that for a full-length
movie
is with big actors.
It was great. It was great. I'm not a big like car chase action kind of movie guy, and it was just so good.
So on episode 29, we turn this into a movie podcast.
Yeah, no one cares. What have you been listening to, Nate?
You're right. I think you're right. What have I been listening to? So first one on my list, I actually compiled one this month.
I was just gonna say, you have paper?
I have paper. I'm changing my ways.
That nap really was solid for you, hey?
It did wonders. Sam Coffey and the Iron Lungs. Never heard of this group before. Self-titled record, and I really like it.
Yeah, I was glad you shared that with me.
Yeah.
I had never really... I've heard the name so much.
Yeah, I've heard the name too.
And I just never really gave it a chance, to be honest. I just didn't care. It didn't catch me ever.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you sent that to me because I really liked it.
Yeah, it's got like that Clash vibe, like you were saying, but it's different too. Like no one is doing music like that, I don't think.
To be honest, right now, I couldn't pigeonhole him into anything.
No.
So I don't. It was really cool. I liked it. And it's cool. It's Canadian too. So
yeah, nice little piece of eclectic variety, let's say.
Yeah.
The other one is an album that you shared with me, Laureate. Their new album, Landmarks. Is it a new album? I feel like it's a new album.
It's fairly new. I think it came out maybe in end of May.
So this year.
Yeah.
So any fan of mixtapes, it's very similar. And I mean, there's obvious reasons. There's a female vocal and a male vocal who share kind of back and forth. But just like the songwriting and structure is very mixtapes like. Like it's not like a copy or anything like that, but I would say heavily influenced.
Yeah, I can see that.
Feels that way to me.
I feel like they're less pop punky and more like Jimmy Eat Worldy, but with but you do get that sort of feeding off each other and like I don't know, it's great. I like it a lot.
And they both got really good voices.
Yes,
too.
they do. Yeah.
So, and the last one I brought, and I don't even really know how to describe this music. It's called the Homeless Gospel Choir. Have you ever heard of them or him?
Yes,
kind of one guy.
I heard one song and I meant to pick it up.
Yeah.
So is it out now? Like I saw.
He's got a couple records.
Yeah, I knew.
out.
I didn't like the older stuff, but I heard the single and was it on Hope? Did Hopeless put it out? Somebody put it out, and
It was on Dying Scene because he's going on tour with Dave House and the Mermaid, and somebody else is on that tour, and there was a video, so I was like, oh, I'll check that out, and I really like that single too.
Yeah.
And then I went back, and the new record's not out yet, but I picked up the record before, and it's a different kind of music. I really like it. It's kind of like folky with like a little bit of like a U.S. bomb sound kind of infused into it, I'd say, and then like for anyone that ever saw that movie, The Devil and Daniel Johnston, or know of his music, it's kind of got like a little bit of a vibe of that mixed in there too. I don't know. It's different, but I really enjoyed listening to it.
To be honest, all I really listened to is the single, and I went back and tried to like go through YouTube for a couple other songs. They didn't catch me, but I was like, oh, when that album comes out, remember to buy it. So thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I totally would have forgot.
That's what I'm here for. It's a good thing I had the nap.
Would you like some popcorn? Ignore the hole.
Yeah, take it off your lap, Mike.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's get into it. My first pick tonight is this one actually comes to me via Jay Radke, because he sent me a link and said, hey, have you ever listened to this, or do you have this? It's one of those ones that keeps popping up on the wiki as like, becoming one of those classic records. And I did own it. I haven't listened to it in a long time. And this was a band that I never like I liked them, but it never really like dug deep for me at all. And since kind of rediscovering this EP, I started rediscovering more of their music. And I think I've just hit a point where I really like it. I started listening to more like Radioactivity and Marked Man. And I think Jeff Burke is just like a really, really great songwriter. I think he's he's developed a lot of really cool bands, and Jack Dalrymple's very similar, I think, in the way he writes music. And I mean, the guy's been in a ton of different bands like One Man Army, Swingin' Utters, the Revolts, who also have a really cool EP. That was a band he started with Spike Slauson, and Toy Guitar as well. And I think that writing is similar to kind of Radioactivity and Marked Man. It's different, but there's a similar sensibility to it. So if you haven't figured it out by now, the band is Dead to Me, Little Brother EP, and the song is Don't Wanna. Michael.
Well, I don't want to go. No, I'm just kidding.
It's your turn. There's no one else here to fill that void.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're just going to sit in silence. Fine.
Have some popcorn. Anyway. My turn. The band I picked is a band from Portland.
Okay.
It's fronted.
I like how you're giving clues.
Yeah, well, it's fronted by a girl named Patsy Gelb.
Okay.
Who is the daughter of Hal Gelb from Giant Sand. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them.
I'm familiar with nothing of what you're talking about other than the fact that I've been to Portland once.
Well, I've never been to Portland.
It's a good town.
I heard it's cool.
Yeah.
Giant Sand are kind of like one of those 90s, like early 90s, late 90s alternative bands.
Okay.
That like people cite as like important, but I've never actually, to be honest, I haven't really listened to him that much. He kind of has a Leonard Cohen-y kind of sound to him.
Okay.
But more alternative folk kind of stuff. It wasn't my jam back then, so it's hard to go back to things sometimes like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is his daughter, and it also features a member of Mean Jeans.
Okay.
Do you know the band?
I do know the band Mean Jeans.
Yes. And the band is called Patsy's Rats.
Oh, yeah. I think they might be on Dirt Nap Records. Are they on Dirt Nap?
They are on Dirt Nap.
Okay, because
maybe
Jeff Burke's bands are all on that, and I was on there researching today, so I'm excited to hear this.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and the song I picked is off their self-titled because they don't have a full length yet. They did this song is actually the single, which they released as a single, and then they released the EP, and it's still on the EP. So
okay.
I thought it counted still.
Is it the first track by any chance?
It might be.
Did you find, like, going through this, and maybe you weren't keeping track, that the first tracks were often the best ones? Like, it's like with an EP, you've got even less time to grab your audience, so it's like...
Yeah, first track is an important thing, I think, on that, because you gotta... I still think a first track anyway is important. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I feel it often gets overlooked. Anyways.
Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, and I picked the song is called Rock and Roll Friend, and it's just got this like it's just got a great guitar riff and her voice, and it's just awesome. And it's like one of those songs that when you hear in your car, and you just want to turn it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, so apparently it's about one of their friends that died in a car accident, which kind of makes it a little bit somber, but it's still got a really cool riff, and it's more upbeat than you would think about it like that. So it's probably a nice homage.
I'd rather somebody write an upbeat song when I die than something sad.
Yeah, you don't want to go Elliott Smith on you?
No.
All right.
No.
I'll work on my different song then.
So you got Dead to Me, Don't Wanna, and
Patsy's Rats with Rock and Roll Friend.
Is there anything I would say in the hour it's the feeling gray? The outcome of fish are built is the bottom decay. I got a handful of screws in a maze, and the other one's cut and stained from holding on while it all slips away. I don't wanna go. If I stay, we'll fall to pieces. Let's do it again. Do it all again. I'm breaking on the thought that you won't give a fuck and you fall.
you know when I was doing this, I wrote up this thing and then I was like, I have 6 songs. What the fuck? So I had to make one other cut.
Did you? What was that? Were you willing to share it?
The one I had to cut?
Yeah.
I cut Gloss.
I did go into Gloss like as a possibility. I kind of made a big long playlist of all the EPs I could easily find. I got up to R and I'm like, that's good enough. But
fuck you, V.
But yeah, Gloss. I don't know. They got a lot of really like. There was a lot of hoopla around that EP when it came out. And
oh, it's so good, Nate.
it just might be a little too aggressive for me.
Yeah,
It might just be a little too aggressive.
Anyway, I figured you had heard them enough that we didn't need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your next pick?
Well, let's have a look, Mike. Let me have a look at my sheet of paper.
Let's go to those notes.
Here we go. My next pick comes from a supergroup, if you will. Members of Strike Anywhere, Rise Against, Set Your Goals, Love Equals Death. Do you know it yet?
No, I don't.
Okay. I was pretty excited when I heard that this band was forming, mostly because I really like Thomas Barnett, his voice from Strike Anywhere. So I was excited that he was going to be on a new project because Strike Anywhere just kind of went MIA.
Yeah, what's up with that band? Do they...
I feel like they're still together.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen like them on bills and things, but I haven't heard anything.
I think they just played like a festival recently. Well, and like their last 2 releases were so underhyped. Like
did they maybe play Fest?
I don't know. We'd have to ask Jeff.
Yeah, he knows.
But yeah, they put out that Iron Fist EP, and then shortly after they put out a full length that had almost the exact same artwork for the cover, and then they just went away. So I was excited to see that he had a new project coming out. And I mean, he's got a very distinct voice. So I think, anything he does is going to have that kind of Strike Anywhere sensibility. The band's called Great Collapse, and they've put out a full length since this EP. But I really liked the EP when it came out. It's called Elemental, and the song is called Civic Disassociation.
Oh, I'm interested to hear. I feel like you told me about this when it came out, and I don't remember it. So
I did tell you about it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we shared your thoughts on it or anything like that. So
did the lights just go dim, or was that me blinking?
No, they went dim.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think your furnace kicked on.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. I'm glad you verbalized that, though.
Sorry. In case anyone cares. Yeah, no, I'm interested to hear because I do recall you telling me about it, but I don't know if you were like full on sharing music at that time.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah,
maybe we were, and I just didn't ignored you. I was like, that's an 8 pick.
That sounds more than likely.
That does sound like me, hey?
Yeah,
I'm kind of a dick.
Kind of.
Yeah. All right.
Did you listen to 88 yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
If it came out in 1998. I would have been all over it.
Yeah.
But I like the songs. There's nothing to complain about, but nothing just grabbed me where I was like, I got to listen to this again.
I think it was a progression for me because, like I said before, I couldn't get into their stuff really at that time. So it was kind of cool to get into something that they put out, I don't know, 20 years later or whatever it is. How old are we now?
That's old. We're old.
Yeah.
Old.
So tell me your pick, Michael.
My pick is a band from Kitchener, Ontario.
Oh, the old Kitch.
The hotbed of music that is Kitchener, Ontario.
Kitch.
I've never been to Kitchener. I don't know anything about.
I feel like I've probably driven through it.
I don't know any bands from there either, other than this band.
I don't know any band. I don't think I'd ever be specific enough to say Kitchener.
Yeah, you're from Toronto.
I feel like maybe they did a kid show out of Kitchener at one point. I don't know.
Maybe.
There's a lot of stuff happening in Kitchener.
Kitchener's probably, yeah, we're going to get some.
We're going to get no mail from Kitchener.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
All right, fine. Anyway, it's a band called Mockingbird Wish Me Luck.
Okay.
Have you heard them before?
No.
Oh. And this is off their 2009 EP, Goodbye Debris, which was originally released by the band themselves, and then later on, it was re-released on Dynalone Records.
Okay.
Just digitally. So
they've got a lot of acts on that label, hey?
Yeah, they're like the new big Canadian label, hey?
Yeah.
Like they're the new
Kids on the Block?
No, but I'm trying to think of a Canadian label. Like Mint was in the 90s, like where you like
the only label.
Yeah. There are Sub Pop right now, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big, I mean, and it stretches far, like in terms of the types and genres and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think Sam Coffey and the Iron Lungs
that's
are
on there for sure.
Yeah.
And they have they have a pretty big roster.
New Flatliners is on there. I feel like maybe City and Colors on there too.
They are.
Yeah.
But back to Mockingbird.
Yeah, back to them.
They sort of play that Midwest punk sound that like Fest Kids like and Orgcore. So
Midwest Orgcore.
I like that kind of stuff and dig it. So
you're so specific.
So should you, Nate?
I think I do. Let's hear it.
Yeah, the song I picked was called "Orphans of the Storm."
Okay, sounds like a good one.
Yeah. So
Orphans of the Storm.
Yeah,
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
You haven't listened yet. Don't lie to the people.
True that. The Great Collapse with Civic Disassociation.
And Mockingbird, Wish Me Luck with Orphans of the Storm.
I wanted more than a ticket, more than a song, more than a fashion, a miss to belong to. Burn it up, ignite it for those who got it started. We are tender, beat the day, downfall indoctrination. This is counterculture and communication. Vampire leaders, the prophets they serve, starving our reason for the depths we deserve. And so it all goes unheard. Attacks for the war, attacking the poor, stalled and dissolved by the blood and killing floor. Investments in the future for starving soldiers torn, never coming home, never gonna give. See how we live. It's that sophisticated isolation. Buried in the routine, our soul stagnation. Kept from the whispers of my sake, our prophets that rule our present day. Tell me what's wrong with this life. Tell
That band sounds like a band that I thought you were going to pick for this episode.
What band was that?
And I don't think you did because you said you were just bringing new stuff, which typically you do anyways. I thought you were going to pick Red City Radio. They sound a lot like Red City Radio.
What? Yeah, they do sound a lot like Red City Radio. The vocals for sure, and the way the progression of the song is.
Yeah. And we talked a lot about, or a lot, maybe not a lot. We've maybe mentioned it once before. Sometimes that
is a lot.
Not elaborate. What's the word I'm looking for?
Embellish?
Yeah, there it is. Embellish. I knew it was an E word.
Yeah.
There's a lot of E words though. But we talked about that first EP from Red City as kind of being their
golden ticket.
Their golden boy.
Golden boy.
Yeah. So, but you didn't pick it, but you picked something close. So I'm right.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was going with
You're
that
always
whole
right,
thing.
Nate.
Yeah.
That's how this relationship works.
Correct. This next one you'll know because you actually introduced me to this band. And I really like this EP. It's one of those ones that I come back to often. And when I like the artwork for it too, so it kind of stands out and grabs at me. Literally. Oh. Not literally, figuratively.
You say, I think you might have a poltergeist.
So do you with these lights, man. I'm not going to leave you in suspense with this one. The band's called In Bear Country.
Oh, yes, they're great.
Yeah, really good band.
Canadian, too. You're on an all-Canadian kick, are you?
No, Dead to Me is not Canadian.
No, neither is...
neither is Great Collapse.
I guess when you're...
I picked no Canadian.
No, I'm thinking, I guess you're...
Mike's just joining the podcast right now.
What you were listening to, I guess, was all Canadian.
Is Laureate Canadian?
Yeah, they're from Montreal.
The Homeless Gospel Choir, I don't think is Canadian. No.
I'm just making up wild claims about Canada.
They are wild.
Yeah.
So In Bear Country, it's a self-titled EP. I think it's their only album.
As far as I know, I think it is too.
Yeah, I think they put it out and that was it. It was goodbye.
Yeah, I think I don't want to go... Well, I will go and make stuff up.
Go, yeah. That's what you're doing. That's what you're best at.
I'm pretty sure one of the guys is in Living with Lions and one of the other guys is in Daggermouth.
Oh, okay.
Those bands all seem to blend in together too.
Yeah.
I saw Daggermouth come in here.
Is that a Canadian? They're not Canadian.
I think they are from Vancouver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know the name and I might know a couple songs, but they're kind of one of those older bands, no? Yeah? Maybe?
Yes, and yeah, kind of like 2000s-ish band.
Oh, that's not that old.
No, not like crazy old or anything, but they're like, one of the guys in Daggermouth is in Living with Lions.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of that, like, they are cited a lot as being important to those kind of bands that came out. So
yeah, they are cited.
Yeah.
The song is called Heaven and Hell. It's definitely worth checking out. It's one of those records that's on the aggressive side of the musical spectrum, but I tend to like an EP for an aggressive band. I'm just a little bit too soft to last for 8 to 12 songs, so 5 to 6 is perfect for me. So check it out, In Bear Country. Michael, to you.
The band I picked was Kittner.
Kittner, not Kitchener.
No, not Kitchener.
For anybody that thought we were giving another shout out to Kitchener.
I only got to the K left. Nate made it to R. I got to K. No. Kittner.
RKL.
Oh. Kittner put out an EP called Stay Sad.
Yes, I feel like you've told me about this band.
Yeah, it's I found out about them because it's got members of another band I really like called Savans.
Okay.
And yeah, when I checked it out, it really stuck with me. It's got that indie emo rock thing going. Like kind of, they sort of remind me of The Anniversary, and I just really like the lyrics and the melodies and stuff like that. So I've got a little softer one for you to go along with your, what did you call it? A hard one? Or
aggressive.
Yeah. Aggressive. I picked a song called Seldom Sober.
Oh, okay.
So
I like that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good song.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit heavy. Not hard, but heavy.
It ain't heavy, brother.
Mike's going to put me on his back while we listen to In Bear Country, Heaven and Hell, and
Kittner, Stay Sad, or Seldom Sober.
Oh. You've never been camping in your life?
No, my parents didn't move to this country so I could sleep on the floor.
I think it's called the ground when it's outside.
Whatever. They didn't move. They didn't walk across countries so that I could not sleep on a bed.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my number one argument.
Well, I enjoyed that Kitchener song. Where are they from again? Ontario?
Actually, Kittner's from Boston.
Oh, Boston.
They're from Boston.
Cool. Let's go. Let's move
like Mark
on.
Wahlberg.
Like, and his brothers, Donnie and the other guy. Number 4. We're already at number 4, Mike. We're almost done.
Wow.
So here's one that I feel like I told you about. Don't know if you checked it out.
That sounds like me.
I went on a big piebald kick for a little while because, I felt like, wow, I missed these guys. Now I got to catch up. I'm really digging it. So, yeah. And then I heard about a band that Andrew Bonner is also in called Fakers. And yeah, I really dig it. It's I wouldn't say it sounds like piebald. You can kind of hear the influences within it, but very kind of different sound. But like kind of like, I don't know, like it's got like kind of a straight ahead rock sound, but then some aggressive vocal mixed in there as well. And
you're liking that aggressive word today.
I do. Yeah. It's a good descriptive word.
Yeah. It's that non-caffeinated tea I gave you.
That's what really brings it out.
Yeah.
The song is called 15 Minutes. It's on the EP Sounding the Alarmists. And they're one of those bands that just have EPs. No full lengths that I could find.
I don't know them, and I don't think you told me about them.
No?
No.
I feel like I did. Maybe not.
I feel like I generally know when you tell me about a band, and if I haven't checked it out,
this one didn't stick out.
Didn't stick out even, and I probably would have checked it out if it was someone in piebald.
I'm pretty sure I didn't tell you that, so that might have been why you didn't check it out.
You caught me.
And look how red your hands are. So red. Anyways, Fakers. You should check it out.
I will.
This is the only.
I don't really have an option now, do I?
Well, no. I suppose you can plug your ears. I've only listened to this EP. They have 2 others that I haven't listened to yet. And I don't know why, because I really like this one. So you would think, hey, you like something. There's more of it. It's like, hey, you had that piece of chocolate cake. Did you like it? I did.
I think that's my problem.
An entire cake that you could eat more of. But I've chosen not to. I've chosen not to at this point.
I respect that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You're getting the metaphor, though, right? You're not just respecting me not eating more cake.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I liked your self-control with the cake. With the music, you're kind of just being a jerk because I'm putting out good songs and you're probably missing out.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. I can only guess.
Anyways, to you.
Where do I go from here? I got this band about cake.
They're actually called Cake.
Ugh, that's a band I hate.
Yeah, I didn't understand that world.
I had a friend that really liked them. I won't name him.
Who was it?
I'm not going to say. We'd be wrong to name names.
You're too nice of a friend.
Yeah, and it was, car rides with that person when Cake was playing was not fun. So if you're listening, your Cake listening days ruined some car rides for me.
Some commutes.
Yeah.
I remember all of my commutes since the beginning of my commuting.
I'm glad you picked me up and drove me somewhere. Your music taste sucked.
You almost made me take the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost.
Now,
pick number 4.
Pick number 4 for me is a band called Oklahoma Car Crash.
Oh, I feel like I've maybe heard of this band before. How would I have heard this?
I think I've brought them up before a couple times.
Okay.
And I don't think anybody's checked them out.
Okay.
I think I've been like, you should check this band out. And no one really checked them out. It's one of those ones that I found on a Punk News review.
Okay.
So I don't even know if they're still around. I did try to do some research, and it looked like after this EP they put out a demo on Bandcamp for what was what I would assume would be a new album, but I couldn't find a new album from them.
I find it hard with band names like that, like where you put it in, even if you put band in the search and then you get a million headlines about different car crashes in Oklahoma, and you're like, wow, this is not what I'm looking for.
Exactly what happened to me. So I was like, I don't know. I gave up pretty quick.
Especially if they don't have like a Wikipedia page or anything like that.
Yeah, like if they're not big enough to like...
Yeah. Your fringe music, Mike.
Yeah. Anyway, they're gonna have a pop punk emo sound in the vein of like Modern Baseball or like early Weakerthans.
Okay.
And apparently it started as a one-person folk punk band, but kind of morphed into a full band. And
a one-person folk punk band.
Yes, that was what I read. This is what happens when you do research.
It's like a one-person group.
No.
A band? No?
Okay, I guess.
Okay.
Are you not called a band?
Act, maybe.
Act? Okay, a folk punk act. Sorry, Nate.
That's okay. I'm just,
I want to play by the rules.
Our listeners are smarter than that, Mike.
It's true. But am I smarter than that?
No.
No.
That's why I'm here.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Get through it. We're almost done.
You've been kind of mean to me this whole
you
episode.
Think?
Yeah.
It's just a bit of role reversal.
It is a little bit of role reversal.
Yeah.
You're showing me up.
I'm just trying to freshen things up.
Yeah.
Fresh and clean.
Awesome.
Scrub.
You do kind of look like Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, now who's mean? Huh?
I'm okay with that. Mr. Clean's cool looking guy.
Yeah, he's pretty handsome. I'm sure there's Mr. Clean fan fiction porn.
It's like saying, dude, you look like Brad Pitt.
Oh, thanks.
Not you.
I didn't think so. What was it? Where was I?
Pick number 4.
Yeah.
Oklahoma car crash.
You
were about to talk about
their band.
How was one guy in a band?
Yeah, it was a folk punk act, but for the album, he got a band to go with him, and you can sort of kind of catch the folk punk to it, which is where I think you get the modern, where I was comparing him to Modern Baseball.
Okay.
So anyway, I think you'll really like it. And the track I picked was called Bad for Anyone off their 2014 EP.
So did they tour as a band, or is it just
as
him?
far as I can tell, they toured as a band after that.
And does he have like any solo records out, or?
He might, but all I could find out about were car crashes in Oklahoma.
And I bet there's a lot.
There was.
Right?
There's a lot more than you'd want to know about.
How many car crashes are in a city of 1 million and change people? There's probably 10 a day on like a good day.
Oh, probably.
So I feel like Oklahoma's probably bigger than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm making assumptions.
They got a basketball team.
Following your lead. All right, here we go. It's going to be Fakers with 15 Minutes and
Oklahoma car crash with Bad for Anyone.
Educated, but where they all drove straight. I've been drunk in the carpool lane by myself. Wasted six lightning hits. What's the wrong way?
Sometimes I've gotta convince myself to just not give a fuck. And this could be bad for anyone. And this could be bad for anyone. And this could be bad for anyone. But right now it's just what I need. To constantly be waking up in the middle of the night, but never be able to get up when you turn on the light. This blanket's just so warm right now, won't you please come back to bed? I realized it was just a dream when you came and kissed my head. The night that I turned 21, I went and hit the road to see how far this car could get, to see how far I'll go. A 7-hour drive is nothing when you're on the phone. So many places I would rather be than going home. And this could be bad for anyone. And this could be bad for anyone. And this could be bad for anyone. But right now it's just what I need. This could be bad for anyone. But right now it's just what I need. And this could be bad for anyone. But right now it's all that I need. Bad for anyone. And this could be bad for anyone. And this could be bad for anyone. But right now it's just what I need.
Well, here we are. We're at the end of the show, Mike.
Already.
Yeah, number 5.
Number 5.
Mike's made some changes to the website.
I have.
Do you want to talk to the people about the changes you've made?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
What have I done on the website? I played around with it a little bit.
We've got a lot more tabs on there now, I've noticed.
Yes, we do. We got now when you go to our website, you'll be able to find out links to the stuff we were actually listening to. And if you like what I listen to, you can go to mine. If you like what Nate's listening to, you can go to his. You can separate and rank us if that's your thing.
It's much more interactive.
Yes, it is.
I'd say.
I even have a link to Joel's reply cast.
Yeah.
So, and some links to some of our other sites that we like the Sour Grape Zine. And
We've really curated one hell of a website for you.
That's actually
mostly Mike.
It's pretty average.
It would have been really good in like the early 2000s.
Oh, I would have been a fucking star.
Yeah.
But now it's just kind of average. But whatever, working on it. And I did find someone after our last episode did get in touch with us that was a drawer type and said that
a drawer
drawer type who said she would be willing to try to work on some logo stuff for us if we were to make her some mixtapes or something. So
wow,
we'll see if that comes to fruition.
That's cool. Did you have to give any high fives?
No.
Wow.
No high fives.
It sounds like a pretty good deal.
We did favorite the tweet, so.
Okay. As in you favorited it.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Probably. There were some other notes I had here.
Yeah. Let's check your notes.
Can I read my writing here?
I doubt it.
Oh, I was going to talk about the iTunes thing, but we've discussed that.
Yeah, that's enough.
So hopefully we'll get that figured out. But we were having issues there. But like I said, we're still on the regular things: Mixcloud, Mediafire, Castbox. Hopefully the iTunes if you subscribed. If not, if somebody has a solution, please get in touch with us.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say thanks to everyone for listening, contributing, and supporting us, and for some nice emails and the lists we get. We do enjoy it. And you know what, Nate? I wanted to say thanks to you for all the hard work you put into editing. Well, you put a lot of work into the editing and all that stuff, and I don't know if everybody appreciates how much editing you have to do.
Well, thanks, Mike.
So I wanted to say thank you to you.
Making me feel all warm and fuzzy.
That's the sort of thing I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a bag of popcorn, even.
Yeah.
That popcorn's done. Well,
Just
thanks,
the bag
Mike.
left.
It's a pleasure. It's
Oh.
always a pleasure.
If always means never.
Is that a band name?
That was the title of a Jewel album
Ah.
that we put out. You didn't-
Clearly not paying attention.
yeah.
All right, number 5.
Yeah,
Here we go.
let's hear your last song.
This is a band that I don't think gets enough high fives on.
Anywhere?
Yeah, like I feel like, I don't know, I feel like people like them, but I feel like there should be a little more reverence for them. It's another Fat Records band, and I do have to give a little bit of a shout out to Fat in the fact that maybe I don't follow enough record companies. Like I know a lot of guys are, big into record companies. You hear like a band, oh, well, who else is on that label? Like I've never been really one of those guys.
Why are you giving me the stink eye? Because
you might be one of those guys.
I'm totally one of those
but
guys.
I just, that's too deep. I can't go that deep. And so I respect
We'll never make it as a
I
couple.
respect it. No, clearly not. But I feel like, for all the flack that Fat gets now, for just being, quote unquote too cool. I feel like they really put a lot of effort out there for the fans of their music. Like they put out a ton of EPs. They put out a lot of, different vinyl for those collectors. And like, I just feel like there's a lot out there for the people that are into their music. So, this was another Fat EP. The band's called None More Black.
Oh yeah,
which is one of my favorite bands from Fat. But do you agree? Like they just kind of, I don't know, they're just
like None More Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like None More Black was like a second wave of Fat bands that maybe at the time I didn't care. This is me personally. Like I didn't maybe put as much effort into liking that because I might have even gone to that snobby point. I'm like, oh, it's Fat. I don't really want to listen to anything on Fat. Which is stupid because I do agree. They do put out a lot of music, and I think they get a bad rep for no reason because people have this idea that everything sounds the same. But
it hasn't
sounded the same since like 2000. They've got so many different bands, and yeah, they like when you get a Lagwagon album, it's a Lagwagon album,
sure.
And it's on Fat or with No Use or like not even Strung Out. Strung Out doesn't even count on that anymore. Or,
no.
I don't even know if Good Riddance would count with that, but
I think the big part of that same sound came from the fact that Ryan Green was doing all the records, right? So when you've got one engineer producer doing every single record for your label, well, yeah, there's going to be a big similarity even if they don't sound the same, right?
Exactly.
But None More Black, they had like a really different sound to them. And maybe that's what stood out to me. And that's why I've always kind of liked them. I like everything they've ever put out. Their wiki page says that they're still together, but I don't think they've put anything out in a while. So their EP is called Loud and Loathing, and the song I chose is called Oh, There's Legwork. And something I didn't realize.
just like you did with this podcast, there's legwork on this one.
Yeah. Something I didn't realize is a lot of their song titles are actually Seinfeld references.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I feel like after this, I'm going to have to go back and listen to a lot more None More Black.
I'm going to have to go check out these song titles and figure out, see if I can figure out which ones are from Seinfeld episodes. And another little fun fact about None More Black, their name comes from Spinal Tap. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I think maybe it's a Spinal Tap record that they had.
Maybe. You know what?
Like one of their albums.
For all my love of metal and comedy, I've only seen Spinal Tap twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that does surprise me.
It's weird. It'd feel like that'd be something I'd like watch on a regular basis.
Like once a week.
Yeah.
Like you'd be spouting off lines right now.
Probably.
Yeah. But you're not.
No.
It's a good movie.
It is. It's no funny. Encino Man.
No. No, there is only one Encino Man.
That's my bar.
It's a low bar.
California Caveman.
So to you, Mike, for your last pick.
My last pick. Okay, this is a little bit of a gamble because I'm not sure if...
Well, you are the gambler. That's how we refer to you.
Yeah, I scream big chance.
You scream more Kenny Rogers.
Yeah. I mean, I know when to fold them. And I know when to hold them.
You certainly do. Anyways.
Anyway.
Number 5.
It's not an island in the stream. The band I pick is a band called Youth Pictures of Florence Henderson.
Wow.
Which is a really
weird band name.
It is.
That was the mom from the Brady Bunch, right?
It was. Yeah. R.I.P.
She died, yeah?
Yeah, she just died not long ago, I think.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of people say R.I.P.
Florence Henderson.
Most people say RIP. R.I.P. That took me a minute. I'm like, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. And it was
Youth Pictures of Florence Henderson.
Yeah. So
sounds like a Fall Out Boy song title.
Totally. They're a Norwegian emo post-rock band.
Whoa, do that again?
A Norwegian emo post-rock band.
Okay.
Off on Count Your Lucky Stars.
Okay.
Which is a record label.
Okay.
Which you should check out.
Okay.
And they have kind of like a almost American football kind of sound.
Oh, cool.
But maybe like more instrumental. Like there's more instrumental parts involved.
Okay.
Kind of like explosions in the sky sort of thing. But they do have vocals. And originally I didn't like the vocals, to be honest. I was like, I just don't get this. But then I started catching myself, like especially with this song, I started catching myself humming it and singing it like way after I'd listened to the song, which is usually a good sign.
Yeah, usually.
So, yeah. Or I'm nuts.
I think the latter.
One or the other.
Vocal can make or break, though.
Yeah. And it's this album's actually free on Bandcamp if anybody cares. So you can go to Bandcamp and download it for free.
Maybe you could put a link up.
I could.
Might be too much.
I told you it was an average website.
Fair enough.
Not above average.
You did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The song is called All I Remember Is Punk Rock.
Kind of a lackluster song title to such a elaborate band name. Maybe that's the...
Sorry, I'll just start calling them YPOFH.
No, that's too much.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm making fun of.
Yeah, I know what you're making fun of. I actually I hashtagged them on an Instagram post once, and Epitaph actually reached back at me and they were like, "Hey, thanks for spelling that name out." The band that we're talking about is The World is a Beautiful Place and I Am No Longer Afraid to Die.
And actually, these guys do kind of sound like that a little bit
cool.
too, but it's more 90s, late 90s sound to it.
They've got a new record coming out too.
I'm excited for it.
I'm pumped for that as well.
Anything else you want to talk about before we take off?
There's nothing I want to say.
There's nothing?
No, I just want to say goodnight. I want to say thank you, Mike.
I want to say
for making this dream a reality for me.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Appreciate it.
Share the podcast and get in touch with us and have fun.
Here we go. None More Black with
and
there's legwork.
Sorry, I interrupted you there. I ruined a perfectly good moment there.
You did.
I apologize.
Why don't you stop ruining it and just say your last pick?
Youth Pictures of Florence Henderson with All I Remember Is Punk Rock. Good night.
So you know everyone's talking about Ozark right now?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so I threw it on.
Yeah.
And you know who the...
Jason Bateman.
Yeah. And so in the first episode, I'm about to blow your mind. So stand by.
Teen Wolf 2?
No, it's better than that.
Okay.
So he's on the phone with the bank and he's trying to make this huge withdrawal. And the bank manager is Bert from the Hogan family.
No, that is way better. And I feel like only you would be into that.
I'm like, is that Bert? Is that Bert?
I love the Hogan family.